Hello, welcome. I'm just gonna, welcome you all in and invite you while I'm waiting for people to come in. And maybe you're watching the recording because it takes a few people time to come in. I'm going to invite you just to take a few breaths. So breathing in and breathing out. And I'm just going to take a minute for letting people to come in. And so if you are already inside, it would be really nice. It takes about 30 seconds to see your comments, but it will be really nice for you to say hello so that I know you're here. And really welcome. Welcome to the session on Mindset Shift, where I'm going to be giving you tools over the next few weeks, few months, how to build the foundation for your next promotion. So I'm Samantha Amit. I'm an executive mindfulness coach, and I am so delighted to be here with you today. So why did I choose this topic, mindset shift? First of all, we're going to be together for about 15 minutes, maybe a bit longer. And the topic is very dear to me because our minds are often not with us. We're often on automatic pilot. And so in order for us to be intentional in the moment, in order for us to create that shift, a positive shift that will create a shift in all our life areas, you may want to be promoted. You may want to actually find a way to be less pressurized and not so irritated or not so frustrated. And so in order to do that, we need to actually work on our minds. We need to do what I call having a mindset shift. And so we need to be that intentional. And so I'm going to be showing you a way today and presenting a tool, actually two tools that you can use immediately in your work and in your life that can really make a huge change. So I want to start off by introducing you to Nicole. Nicole's a VP in software. She's in the cloud and she's providing IT services like IBM does. Obviously, I can't give the name of her company out. And she manages 450 people. And she shared with me actually on the first meeting, which is really amazing because the quicker, I get trust and I work with people, the quicker I can help them. And so she shared with me how she tends to get irritated and her energy tends to be drained, especially at the end of the day. And I can tell you that I totally resonate with that because that's exactly what used to happen to me. I remember myself as a leader in the tech world before I became a coach. And I used to get to the end of the day, I used to get home to two small kids and my energy would be drained. And I have a lot of shame from, shouting at them because I just didn't have the patience from, being so perfect during the day. So Nicole was feeling that too. And I want you to meet Dan. Dan's actually different. Dan is hugely successful. He's in sales, also in software, but he's suffering from something different. He's like totally bored. He's been in his role for a long time. And so he's ready for a change, some kind of change, because he's bored and he's not challenged. So just as an example of what I did with Dan today is we looked at how he could optimize his life's energy. And so, if you've just joined us now, I want to ask you, do you know how to optimize your life energy? It's actually a critical thing to know. We want to be awake and aware in the moment of where our energy is, what creates our energy to go up, and what drains us. What are the activities during the day? What are the tasks? What are the projects? What are the conversations that we're having that uplift us or bring us down? So if I had to come in and shadow you, if I had to watch, and sometimes I do this in some team meetings, what would I see happening to your energy? Would I see you in flow? Would I see you fully alive? Or would I actually see you, just passing through the moments like another day, another meeting? And so, just being aware of how you can optimize your life energy and already bringing your mindset around that. That's also going to make you so much more influential at work. And first of all, it's going to make you successful from the inside out. So, I just want to welcome you. If you're joining me now, I'm Samantha Amit, and what I want to do now is talk about something that's a classic tool called the Wheel of Life. And the Wheel of Life is, it's like a wheel. For those of you that can't see the screen, it's like this huge big wheel. And then what happens with the Wheel of Life is that there are usually about 8 areas that we look at. And these areas could be any areas that you choose. The first area is career. Let's just say career, because that's why we're here. This is what I do. I help managers in organizations or founders in senior roles, be successful. Be successful not only on the outside, but also on the inside. And so understanding what's happening with your career, and do you feel successful on the inside, or is it only on the outside? And then looking at your other life areas, and if you had to rate this from 1 to 10, where 1 is low and 10 is high, how would you rate your career at the moment? How would you rate your health and fitness? Now, health and fitness is huge. I mean, we work on mental health, we look at emotional health, we look at physical health, like where do I feel my energy's up and I have health. Fitness is also like, am I attending? Am I doing exercise? Am I moving my body every day? We know how important it is. A lot of the people, a lot of the managers I'm coaching are working hybrid. So they're working a lot of the time from home. Some of them have standing desks, but not all of them do. And so they're sitting a lot of the time. And so we work on that. We work on that, getting movement also during the day. Some of them even coach with me where we walk and we coach at the same time. So the next segment I'm moving on to is, and again, we're looking at the Wheel of Life, and we want to know, are you in a romance at the moment? And from 1 to 10, where 1 is low and 10 is high, how's that going for you? How's your partner for you at the moment? What kind of quality do you have? Looking at your personal growth. Are you learning? Learning is so important for the brain. It's so important for your development. A lot of managers in the tech world think it's okay just to learn things that are tech related, but no, you need to learn. There's so many leadership skills that you can learn. And so personal growth and development is so important. Your physical environment, rate that from 1 to 10, where 1 is low and 10 is high. How are you feeling about your physical environment? And so let's just see. So your physical environment is your home. It's also your office space where you spend a lot of your time. Then moving on to the next segment, what's your family life like? If you've got children, what's the quality of your relationships with your children? What's the quality of your relationship if you've got siblings or with your parents? So looking at all of that, because, research tells us that individuals that spend time across key areas like recreation, like, for example, their well-being, their health and fitness, that they actually tend to have a really better balance. They feel better from the inside out, not only having success on the outside, but feeling joy. That feeling of joy when you wake up in the morning and your heart feels warm and not anxious with fear when you wake up. That is a true gift, because we are navigating so much. So if there is a lot going on the outside, how can you manage your energy so that you can wake up, and that if you are feeling some anxiety, how are you managing that? How's your personal growth around that? And then the next thing, so after fun and creation, there's finance and money. And so I'm just wondering how you are at the moment, and I just want to just let you know a little bit of who I am. So I'm Samantha Amit, and as I say, I coach leaders in over 40 countries. And so you may not know me. I'm on all the social media. And so I'm here to help you, to guide you to tap into a mindset shift that can help you be more intentional and reach the goals that you want, but also be balanced in life. And when I mean balanced, I don't mean balanced actually like the wheel of life, but I do mean you feel good about all your life areas, that you do have some hobbies or you have things that really uplift you. So I, for example, I volunteer, and that's very meaningful for me. I volunteer in social impact projects. I wrote a book, and that's very meaningful for me. So I don't make money from the book, but the book is so important because it's in university libraries, it's based on research, and I wrote it with a professor, and he wrote all the research. And students that are doing MBAs, they learn mindfulness. It's a book called Mindfulness at Work. And so that's what I do. I bring mindfulness, I bring consciousness, I bring presence more and more, so that we have quality of presence, that we can lead, with purpose. And so just looking at an example now of a wheel of life of somebody that doesn't invest in their health. So for those of you that can't see, there's a picture of a wheel, and the wheel is imbalanced. So the health is like low. And then there's also the side of fun and recreation, which was Nicole's case. Because what happened with Nicole is that she didn't spend time on fun and creation, and she felt that her irritation was going, and she needed to spend more time on emotional health. So it's really important, where you are in your life and what's happening and what you most need. So what I'd like to do is actually practice with you now. So I'm going to invite you, wherever you are, to take a few moments to visit your different life areas, and let's see how you feel about them. So maybe if you're able to, if you are in a position where you can close your eyes, then I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. And if you're driving, please, just pay attention to the road, but do as much as you can. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. And what you can do is take a few breaths. If you're sitting down, feel your feet on the ground. It's really nice to ground you. And let's just open up the space by saying welcome in your name. So I'll say welcome, welcome Sam. You'll say welcome in your name. And let's zoom in first of all to your career. And if you would like, as I say, you can close your eyes and just imagine already how your day's been now. And, what you've been up to and how you've brought intention into your day and what you want out of your career today. What would you like to bring in to today? And so just breathing in and breathing out, maybe imagining the meetings that are ahead of you. Maybe you've had some of them already. And how have they been? And so let's move on to another life area. Let's let go of your career and let's move on to your health. Your health, maybe your mental health, your emotional health, your physical health, how you're feeling energy-wise. What's your fitness like? And if you had to rate it from 1 to 10, where 1 is low and 10 is high, what level would you give it? Like, what rating would you give it? And maybe what would you want it to be? So moving on now, let's move on to romance. If you have a partner or you're in a romance, what's that like for you? What's the quality of your relationship like from 1 to 10? And what would you like it to be? And I'm going to move on to personal growth and ask you about personal growth, your learning. What are you learning at the moment? What rating would you give it? And what would you want it to be? Your physical environment. How's that? What's your relationships like with your family? Who needs your attention? Who do you want to give your attention more to? Fun and creation. What about going out with friends? What's fun for you? What does fun look like? And then finance and money, that's so important for feeling stability and security. And so, well done for doing that exercise. And we're almost at the top of the time. And so I just want to leave you with a few things. I want to invite you to open up your eyes and just congratulate yourself for, taking that. I call it a mindful inquiry. I do it a lot in coaching. It takes a bit longer, about 10 minutes. And we look at all sorts of things. So, but today, let's focus on today. And I want to leave you with this. How can you set yourself up for success? How can you start with clarity around what drives your energy and what area needs your attention most? So you don't have to go for everything now. Just think about, okay, let me just actually look and understand where my energy is going. What uplifts me, what depletes me, maybe what life area needs more. Because, in our career, it's like obvious. We're there a lot of the day. And and so it's we're giving already a lot of our attention there. But what's our mindset like? And often you'll find that you have a mindset positive shift when you have more energy. So number 2 is, so 1 is starting with clarity. 2 is then come with the mindset shift of intention. And 3 is thinking of what's one small thing that you can do, maybe even do this week, to create a change, a small change that's going to have a positive ripple effect to have a really big change. So I want to thank you so much for attending. As I mentioned, I'm available on all the social media, and I'd love for you to connect with me, to join me for another LinkedIn Live. If you like this LinkedIn Live, please tell a friend about it, share it with a friend. And here's to your small changes that have huge ripple effects. And so bye for now. And thank you so much for joining, and hope to see you soon.